may be seated. Good morning. My name is the Dean of Student Affairs, and I am your Master of Ceremonies for this morning's Vice-Chancellor's Welcome Day ceremony. Before we commence, I need to go through a few house rules with you this morning. Please do ensure that your cell phones are in silent or airplane mode during this morning's proceedings. You are, of course, welcome to take photos or videos, but please do not disturb the guests seated behind you. Please do take note of the emergency exits in case of an emergency, and it's very important that you acquaint yourself with those exits, but also you will note that there are SPU, Protection Services personnel, to assist you in the event of an emergency. The lavatories, of course, are located in the buildings outside, and what's beautiful is you've all been in this venue before, so you know exactly where to locate them. Now, I humbly request that you please remain seated for the duration of this morning's proceedings. As stated, my name is Ms. Nicole Morris, the Dean of Student Affairs, and I would like to formally welcome you to the Vice-Chancellor's official welcome for first-time entering students. It's indeed an honor and a privilege to program direct this auspicious occasion. In observing protocol and recognizing our distinguished guests here this morning, kindly please allow me to acknowledge the Vice-Chancellor and Principal of Plaatje University, Professor Andrew Crouch. I'd also like to acknowledge the presence of our Deputy Vice-Chancellors, Professor Meyer, as well as Professor Green, who are seated on the Vice-Chancellor's left and right. We also have our University Registrar, Dr. Cedrus. Now, I know you've all had an exciting orientation program and you have met your deans of faculty, but it's important that I also acknowledge them this morning. That is Prof Hubert, Prof Diale, Prof Yun, the SRC President, who I know you've all met, MX Nonofo, and then I'd also like to acknowledge my colleague on the extreme left, Mr. Langdown. Thank you. Furthermore, I'd like to welcome our support staff present, members of the academic community who are seated in the front of the, what do I call this? The marquee. I'd also like to welcome members of the media present, if any, all our online viewers. I know we're streaming this morning. And most importantly, you, our first-time entering students, welcome. Now, I noted that we do have some doting parents in the audience this morning. You too are welcome and do enjoy the ceremony with us. Now, what's exciting is that SPU has got a lot of fun facts, and you were part of one of the fun facts that will go down in history. Yes, you were part of yesterday's very first Varsity Shield game. So you made history yesterday. Another fun fact is that SPU was named the top 10 coolest university in the country in the Sunday Times Next Gen Awards. So not only did you choose a cool university who can compete athletically, was going to give you a degree that's going to set you apart from your peers, but you also chose a university that's one of the coolest in the country. Now, in case you did not know, you are Chemies, and Chemies, you are welcome. And I'd like you to please note that you've embarked on an incredible journey, one filled with learning, growth, and limitless possibilities. Today, and the past 2 weeks, have marked the beginning of a new chapter where you will shape your future. In fact, you've already started shaping your future. You're going to build lifelong connections, and you're going to discover the power of knowledge. I urge you to embrace every challenge, seize every opportunity, and remember, you belong here. Welcome to SPU. Now, I love how attentive you are. Like, you clap at every note. Like, you're absolutely amazing. But anyway, before I introduce our official keynote for this morning, allow me to call upon the SPU choir to render a musical rendition. Another round of applause, please. Now, I met you all on Monday, and I all know you're all looking forward to the next item on the program. When I said to you that you would meet the Vice-Chancellor on Saturday, you all got so excited. So I'm not going to keep you any longer. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm round of applause for Professor Andrew Crouch.
Thank you very much, Dean Morris. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. I can't hear you. Thank you very much. Now, before I welcome my colleagues also and acknowledge them, when you were looking forward to see the Vice-Chancellor, I hope I'm not going to disappoint you. We had a fantastic event last night, and I think it's going to take a lot to overshadow what happened last night, but let's try. Let me firstly acknowledge my colleagues on the stage. They have already been introduced to you, but they constitute the executive of the university. There are also other executives that are not here, and I do recognize them also. They do not normally take part in ceremonies of this nature. I'd also like to recognize, if they are online, members of council, our academic cohort present here, support and professional personnel, everybody who assisted with organizing this event, and I'm not going to highlight any particular division, but you know who you are, so thank you very much. I also acknowledge the President of the SRC, other members of the SRC, special guests, parents, spouses, guardians, friends, family, and as people say these days, I hope all protocol observed. But I don't think all protocol has been observed because I have not welcomed the most important guests, which are you, the first year students, and the class of 2025. I think you should give yourself a warm round of applause. Thank you. Now you must be wondering, why are we dressed like this? Because nobody wants to dress in Kimberley on a hot day, sitting in a tent and having robes. But we normally dress like this at official ceremonies of this nature. And there are two official ceremonies. It's normally the welcome address of the Vice-Chancellor, which is today, and the graduation day, which hopefully in 3 or 4 years' time from now, you will also be participating in. Both days in the academic calendar are important because it signifies certain milestones in the journey of young people who have been most fortunate to be able to gain access to university, in spite of all the challenges which you have to undergo on a day-to-day basis. Today is also a very special event for the university because it's the 12th intake of the university, and it's also the largest group of first years that we've ever taken into the history of the university. To date, 2,183, and I believe, and counting. So, and these students are from all 9 provinces in South Africa. All 9 provinces. However, most of the students come from Northern Cape and the Northwest. It's for me also a very special day because it's the last welcome day that I'm going to address. It's the 5th one at this university. It's my last one. Next year, the class of 2026 will be welcomed by Professor Meyer, who you have been introduced to. Professor Meyer has been appointed as my successor so that I can go and rest. Now, I said that we attract students from all 9 provinces. And the fact that we attract students from all 9 provinces means that you are bound to encounter a lot of diversity in this institution. Diversity in terms of ideas, looks, diversity in terms of people's views, diversity in terms of people's religion, and you will have to learn to be tolerant if you are not tolerant at this stage. You are a generation who have overcome many challenges, one of which is the scourge of poverty, inequality, unemployment, parents that are pensioners, single parents, domestic violence, gender-based violence. I don't want to be negative today because it's celebration, but I'm mentioning these because I believe that it's things that you have experienced. But in spite of that, you have, in fact, transcended these difficulties, and you are here today to start an important journey of an academic journey of lots of challenge, and I'll talk about it at a later stage. So that makes you very, very special. And I always quote these figures because I am from a scientific background, and I like to say, give me the facts. So if you think of the people that you started with in grade 1, and most of you were in grade 1 in 2013, around that time, we sourced the stats. There were about 1.1 million of you that started grade 1 at that time. And last year, well, only about 700, just over 705,000, or roughly 60% of you reached matric, roughly, last year. And of those who wrote matric, only about 615,000 passed matric. And of those that's about the 87% matric pass rate that everybody's raving about, etc. And of those, only about 47% passed with a bachelor's pass. So in real term, if you analyze the statistics of the original grade 1 class that started with you, somewhere along the line, about 48% or roughly half of them disappeared. And you are left about 50%. So that's why I'm saying you are special. Because in spite of all these challenges which you had to face, you were resilient and you made it. And you are here now. The question is, because you're so special, what are you going to do with your future? And how do you see your future? And I'm going to talk a little bit about that, because your future is now here for at least the next couple of years here at Plaatje University. For me, you've come thus far because you have been relying on the support of a lot of people. I think some of the people are here, your parents, donors, your friends. You didn't just rely on your own intellect to get you here. If you didn't have your food, the support, somebody woke you up and said you must study, you would probably not have made it on your own. So I would like you to just, if your parent or the person or persons who supported you in your journey up till now, I would just like you to turn to them if they are somewhere in the hall and just raise your hand and say thank you whilst I'm having a glass of water. Thank you. Now, I said you're special and you came here with a lot of support. But let me give you another piece of statistic. Last year, this university received about 49,000, just under 50,000 applications. And you were the successful ones. So around 2,000 out of 50,000, so it's, if my calculation is correct, it's about 1%. So it shows you that you are a special group of people who have come here and you've transcended all these difficulties. So now you are here and you're expecting that we are going to take you on a journey of excitement, a journey of discovery, as I said. But I think you must also reflect that because you are special, there is a certain onus and a responsibility on you also. Because special people are normally under pressure to be providers and to make provision. And if one looks at the context of where most of you come from, you'll find that the majority of the students come from Northern Cape, Northwest, provinces that we know are richly endowed with minerals, agriculture, mining, new economies, SKA, the green economy, and people talk about it every day. But I'm sure you'll agree with me that many of those new economies have not benefited you and your communities. And I ask myself the question, why not? And you should ask yourself the question, why not? And for me, the answer lies in the reason why you are here. You are here to capacitate yourself, to gain the education so that you are able one day to plug into those opportunities and to make sure that you are a beneficiary of those opportunities. So education is important to access these opportunities that are on your doorstep. And I believe that education is the answer to many of the ills of society. Education can free you from the chains of poverty and inequality, and many people on the stage can attest to that. I think all of them have their own story to tell because they know what it takes to actually make it. But I think all of them will be able to tell you that is through education that they are where they are now. So you have come for that education as a means for your own social and economic transformation. And you are starting that journey now. This journey of discovery, of growth, of change, of transformation, of maturing. But when you do this transformation and you go back to where you're coming from, people will sometimes not recognize you. I'm sure after the first year, end of this year when you go home, your friends back home might tell you, but you've changed. And it's good that you've changed. But always try and stay humble and never forget where you come from. Don't think that because you are at university now and you go back to your community that you are necessarily better than them. You should go back and you should help them in their own transformation. And that is what we at Plaatje University would like to just teach you, other than for you to have this expectation to say, I'm coming here just for my degree. This university that is now going to turn 12 this year, Plaatje University, was conceived as a source of pride, not only for the Northern Cape, but for South Africa. You are here to obtain that education, but not only a university degree, because a piece of paper doesn't make you intelligent. You must be able to use whatever you've learned here and go and capacitate your community. Not only your community, because you are the hope of that community. So you are also a generation that have been given access. And some people argue that you should be given free access. That's still another debate, which I'm not prepared to discuss whilst I'm on the podium. But you are a generation that has been given this opportunity to free education. It's an opportunity you must take and grab with both hands. But as I said previously, this opportunity also brings its own stresses and strain. And I'd like to maybe just touch on that for a minute. Because with each step that you take in your journey here at Plaatje, there's also the fear that you might not succeed. I mean, you want to go back, you want to show the people back home that you are successful. So the first step that you have to take, obviously, is to change your mindset and say, well, maybe I come here, I have a certain expectation, I want to be successful, I want to show my community back home that I'm successful, but I have to have a certain mindset. And that mindset is invested in how you approach your journey here at Plaatje University, because it's how you're going to engage and embrace this experience that is going to shape eventually the kind of person you're going to be when you walk over the stage one day. I said earlier that it's my fifth time that I address an audience like yourself. I normally tell the audience about the university itself, and I'll do that in a minute or so. I ask you, why have you chosen Plaatje University? You could have gone to any other university. Why Plaatje University? Only you have the answer. I also ask the question, what are your expectations from Plaatje University? And I also ask the question, what are your expectations from yourself? Because you have your own expectations. Now, in the past, I used to talk about what I call a theme. Last year, I talked about hopes and dreams. And I said in the end of my closing address last year that the students must not allow others to take their dreams away or to let other people steal their dreams. This year, I still want to talk about hopes, but I want to talk about something else that comes with hope. I want to talk about your fears. Because everybody becomes afraid sometimes. Hopes and fears, we know, are two opposites of the same coin in my view. We must remember that hopes and fears are a reflection of life's contrast to a certain extent. On the one hand, we know that life is a journey filled with hopes and with fears, and we also know that hopes and fears fuels our aspirations. It gives us the courage to strive for a better future, and that is what you're looking for here. It defines our human experience, and it influences our personal growth. We know hope, on the one hand, is a driving force behind progress and resilience. It is what pushes people to overcome obstacles. It provides us with comfort in times of difficulty. And it reminds us of the challenges that are temporary. It also strengthens the human aspirations and connections. We know that when people share the same hopes, they build relationships. We also know that communities thrive when individuals collectively hope for prosperity, safety, and happiness. We know, and there are many examples of this, the World Cup during the Mandela era, for instance, nations progress because leaders and citizens who envisage a better future, they have and they instill hope. Without hope, humanity will stagnate, trapped in despair and uncertainty. But we know your generation, you have your own hopes and aspirations. Hope that you will become to realize all your aspirations and dreams that you have set out for yourself. The hope that you realize the dreams of your parents, partners, the people that have sponsored you and supported you. Hope that your sacrifices up to now will be rewarded, and hope that one day you will also be in a position to provide. Yes, hopes and many aspirations. So you're now starting something new, and you know it can be scary sometimes. So, and I'm sure during the course of the past 2 weeks, you've asked yourself the question whether you've actually taken the right decision to come to Plaatje. And I'm sure there was a certain amount of fear associated, or even hesitance associated with that decision. If anyone didn't have any fear or any hesitancy, please put up your hand so that I can see. I'd like to learn from you, because I'm sure that's not human nature. But remember, it's not all about doubts and fears. It is about the courage to overcome the fears and the doubts. It means that you should keep going even when things are tough. Because if you fear, it will hold you back. Fear is normally a natural response we have to uncertainty and potential danger. And you faced a lot of uncertainty in the last 2-3 weeks, whether it was financial uncertainty, whether you've made the right decision or whether you've come to the right place. But the nice thing about fear is also the warning as the guide. It's that guide that actually tells you there's danger ahead and you must actually be aware. Remember, this notion of fear can sometimes drive us to over-prepare because we're afraid to fail. And you'll find a lot of it when you are going to be studying, because you don't want to fail, so you have this fear of failure, so you're going to study more. So it's also a good thing. But fear is something that can paralyze you. Excessive fear can paralyze you. It can stagnate you to the point where you don't do anything. So on the one hand, you have your hopes, and on the other side, you have your fears. So you can't just hope and hope that everything will go well, and you cannot just fear and stagnate. There must be a careful balance between the hope and the fear. So to live a fulfilling life, I believe one must balance the hope and the fear. Because when fear dominates a person's mind, it can lead to anxiety, stress, and loss of opportunities. And we certainly don't want you to lose this golden opportunity, which is on your doorstep, the journey that you have already started. So, what is the advice I have for you? My advice is that hopes and fears are two sides of the same coin, and I said that previously, each shaping human experience in a unique way. When facing a difficult decision, hope can provide you with the confidence to move forward, while fear can encourage you to carefully plan and be circumspect. By learning to balance these emotions of hope and fear, you will walk a careful path of success, but it must be a careful balance. Don't fear too much and don't hope too much. That is really the answer. As Desmond Tutu has said, hope is being able to see there's light despite all the darkness. But then Ralph Waldo Emerson also said, fear defeats more people than any other thing in the world, which is also true. And then one of our great statesmen, Nelson Mandela, said, may the choices you have made reflect your hopes, not your fears. So let's hope that the choices you have made and the hope that you have will be balanced here at Plaatje whilst you are here. Because there are many challenges to face, believe me. And some of the challenges that we are facing in South Africa, we know, I shouldn't talk about energy. Last year I talked about load shedding because we were in the midst of load shedding, but hopefully that's been resolved, or hopefully, I hope so. Low economic growth, which leads to the scourge of poverty and inequality. global change. You know, why is it so hot in Kimberley? But it's always hot in Kimberley as long as I remember. So it's not due to global change. It's just Kimberley is hot. So if you've come here and you expect and you want to blame global change for it being hot in Kimberley, it's not because of global change. It's just because Kimberley is hot. Wars, we know there are geopolitical wars currently raging. Hundreds of thousands of people being killed unnecessarily. Water shortages in South Africa. Some people are saying future wars are going to be fought over water. Crumbling infrastructure, greed, corruption. These are challenges of our society. But all is not lost. You are the new generation with hopes and fears. You are the generation that's able to wrestle with these challenges. My generation had our chance. We didn't do too good a job, as you can see, so we're passing the baton on to you. But you must remember that education is not enough. That degree certificate which you came here to seek is not enough. You need other things. You need a value system. You need a guiding light to be able to drive you. Sorry, I'm struggling from a cold, So one of the value systems which we try to inculcate in our graduates is the value of self-respect and respect for others. Because I always maintain that if you do not have self-respect, you cannot respect other people. That is what we try to integrate, apart from the other values and the core values of the institution. That's what we try to inculcate here at Symbolic University. It's the type of university that wants to mold you into a responsible citizen, someone that can contribute to the 21st century mission of this institution. This institution has made many, many strides in the last 10 or so years. And I can probably use another hour, but it's hot. Kimberley's hot, and we're sitting in a tent, and I know you want to be outside. So I'm just going to tell you that we have graduated in excess of 2,000 students, and hopefully by the end of this year, it will be in excess of 3,000 students in the short time that we have been in existence. We have now 4 faculties in this institution: Faculty of Economic and Management Sciences, Natural and Applied Sciences, Education and Humanities. And in the next 5 years, under the guidance of the new leadership, we will also have, as part of our new strategic plan, we will be introducing a Faculty of Health Sciences. This year alone, we are starting geology with a focus on mining geology. And that is to also meet the needs of our local environment in the mines. We have turned our gaze on the creation of new knowledge, and we have launched several research centers. And I'll just mention a few: Center for Applied Data Sciences, Center for Entrepreneurship and Enterprise Development, Center for Global Change, so that we can study why Kimberley is so hot, a Center for Writing in African Languages. But all of these fields of study, apart from the field that you have enrolled in, are meant to focus on the strengths, the distinctive strengths of the Northern Cape and what the Northern Cape and South Africa needs. But we didn't just open centers in the academic environment. We also focus on your overall well-being. We've also last year launched a center for high-performance sport, focusing on 5 priority sports. And you saw last night the knock-on effect of the creation of that center. Within 1 year, we managed to get ourselves into the Varsity Cup. And I'm sure some of you watched that game. So there's a lot going on. And I urge you as young chargers, first-year students, to explore and to participate in all these activities. You have now been at the university for 2 weeks. I don't know if you've noticed something different from school. We don't ask you to wear uniform to start off with. There's no bells that ring to tell you must go to class. Is that so? And if you don't want to go to a lecture, nobody's going to force you. But please don't say at the end of the year when you fail that the Vice-Chancellor said that you mustn't go to classes. Please go to classes. It's important. That is why you have registered here, and that is why you are paying fees. But the reason why I'm asking that question is because this newfound freedom that you have now as a first year can easily get you into trouble if you do not watch your time management and if you are not disciplined. And we want to inculcate all of those values in you of discipline, of timekeeping, of being independent in terms of your intellectual endeavor. We strive for academic excellence, and I want to stress that. So make sure that you do what you have to do academically to be able to get through the year. You've experienced some of what we have to offer in the last 2 weeks through the orientation program. And I'm not going to go into much detail because I'm sure the Dean has a full program still for the rest of the year for you to participate in. However, what I want to stress about one skill which I think we are very, very good at in teaching you, and that's digital skills. Because SPU as a young university is proud that we are in fact graduating digitally literate graduates. It's important in this world of artificial intelligence, a tsunami of digital changes throughout the world, that you have those skills to be able to keep up to pace with the new developments out there. Whether you are enrolled in a BA, a BEd, a BSc, or a BCom, or any other degree, it's important that you have basic skills, basic digital skills. At Plaatje, we pride ourselves in having socialized our staff and students in the idea of a digital university by placing emphasis on digital tools and the use thereof. We have shifted our focus towards digitalization and e-learning, and you'll probably find that some of your classes this year will be presented online, so we work in hybrid mode. We've also extended our support for staff, both academic as well as professional and support staff. So there's a lot of development taking place to make sure that we give you as young students the best that South Africa has to offer. I cannot even talk about the beautiful infrastructure which we have to make full use of. But my message is that you must make sure that you utilize all of these facilities and all the assistance to your avail, because there are ample opportunities. There's ample opportunities in this environment for you to grow and to participate, be principled, and stay grounded. There's lots of opportunities to network and to collaborate. The student population that we registered as first-year students is 65% female and 33% male. So for every 2 females, there's 1 male that registered. I'm not going to say more. I'm going to ask the males what is happening. So, first-year students, the opportunity is there. Oh, somebody switched me off. That's good. The opportunity is there. Please take it. SPU will be your partner on this journey. But remember, success is a combination of hard work and a great support team. And I already told you that we are there to support you. And this university, I can proudly say, is probably one of the universities in the South African higher education system that have some of the best support systems for our first years, both academically and otherwise. So it depends only on you, how you progress through this year. We have a great support team in our academic and support staff, our student affairs, and other support divisions. All you have to do is to work hard for you to succeed. Remember, the community back home is rooting for you, and they're waiting for you, and they're watching for you. And I'm sure you have that fear of failure already driving you to say that I must over-prepare and make sure that I am going to be successful at the end of this year. So the future is yours, and ensure that this journey you are about to embark on is a lifelong journey of learning. So you must continue to learn. You must continue to prepare yourselves for an exciting future ahead. But I urge you, as you know more and learn more and get more knowledge, and you'll go back home, please stay humble. Don't think that you know more than other people just because you read some books, etc. Stay humble. Still be the same friend to the friends you had back home and the friends you have here. I know it's hot. I've been speaking for a long time, but I haven't received the signal that I must stop, so I'm still in time. So I'd like to end my presentation by quoting from Khalil Gibran, and I don't know how many of you know him. He's a Lebanese-American poet and philosopher. And the poet is called Fear. Now, you see, I'm talking a lot about fear today. So I'll quote. Gibran said, "It is said that before entering the sea, a river trembles with fear. She looks back at the path she has traveled, from the mountains, from the peaks of the mountains, the long winding road crossing forests and villages. And in front of her, she sees an ocean so vast that to enter there seems nothing more than to disappear forever. But there's no turning back. There's no other way. The river cannot go back. Nobody can go back. To go back is impossible in existence. The river needs to take the risk. The ocean is in front. The river has to take the risk of entering the ocean, because only then will fear disappear. Because that's when the river will know that it's not about disappearing in the ocean. It is becoming the ocean." So, congratulations once again on your achievement for making it to SPU. Remember, it is also the achievement of your family and your community. Go forth, overcome your fear, become the ocean, and realize your dreams. Thank you.
Another round of applause, please. Now, before we proceed with the rest of the program, I am going to call upon the Carrie Marimba Band. But before you commence, Vice-Chancellor, thank you very much for that address. I believe our first years are very, very excited. They know what's in store for them, but they do know that they've made the right choice and that they are in good hands. Over to you. That was awesome. I was trying to figure out, was that a black coffee rendition or a Zakes Bantwini rendition? Right. Anyway, when you made the decision to attend Plaatje University, you embarked on a journey that will change not only your own life, but as the Vice-Chancellor said, that of your entire community. This pivotal choice sets for an enriching experience dedicated to cultivating a future where knowledge flourishes, empowerment is paramount, and inclusivity is the norm. At Plaatje University, we ensure that you flourish. Yes, you must expand. It's the most treasured thing we do. In fact, you are our most treasured asset. The university, as the Vice-Chancellor articulated, prioritizes the well-being of its students, fosters holistic, personal and academic development, and cultivates a deep sense of belonging. This is curated in a very meticulous manner. Why? Well, we want to ensure that you thrive academically whilst being empowered to evolve into innovative change makers. Now, the Vice-Chancellor mentioned a very important program called the First Year Experience Program, and I'd like to congratulate you all because you successfully attended 2 weeks of that program. Now, it's a year-long program, and it's really anchored in student centricity. Yes, it supports our success strategy. The program runs for an entire year, and it's designed to be a transformative experience. It offers a wide range of support and academic programs, and I urge you all to participate and ensure that you complete all your modules. At the center of the program, our FYE ambassadors. Do we have FYE ambassadors in the room? If you are in the room, please stand. Okay, they're all over there. Over and above our first year experience ambassadors, we also have our house committees, who I see did an excellent job in ensuring that you're all dressed in your residence regalia. Thank you to our house committees. We also have wellness warriors to support you with any mental health or any psychosocial support you might need as they refer you to our Health and Wellness Center. We also have academic support through our academic advisors, our tutors, our mentors, our peer educators. We've got a range of support programs, and they're all supported by students, your very own. But most importantly, you are supported by the Student Representative Council. Now, I introduced the president of the Student Representative Council to you, but MX does not serve alone. He's got an entire team that I hope he will introduce to you this morning. The Student Representative Council is the highest student representative body on campus. The SRC, as you know them, because you had the opportunity of meet your SRC this past week, will assist you with any challenges, but also opportunities that you might face as a young student. They're also there to be your voice, yes? They are there to mediate between you and us. And so you always work with the SRC and through the SRC. Now, before I go off on a tangent, I'd like to formally introduce the president of the Plaatje University Student Representative Council 2024-2025, MX Nonofo Qualifant. Over to you, sir.
Halala, 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 halala. Yes. Good morning. Good morning, first years. before maybe I start, Ekare, you guys seem a bit tired. Maybe if we stand up and just have, ngoma nyan. Hey city, ha la 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 la, ha la 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 la. City kupunga lapo. Oh, Tina city, ha la 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 la. Oh, ha la 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 la. City oh, Tina city, ha la 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 la. Ha la 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 la. City ha la la. Thank you very much. Yes, Amandla. Amandla. Awethu. Thank you. My name is MX Nonofo Quentin Oliphant, and I am the SRC president. Just completed my Bachelor's of Education degree, going to honors. Thank you. So, I'm a boy from Pampierstad. Does anybody of you know Pampierstad? Yes, that's home, that's where I was born and bred. However, allow me to extend my greetings to the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Crouch, our DVCs, Professor Green, Professor Deborah Mayer, the esteemed faculty members. We've got our deans here. You're welcome. The Dean of Students, of course, the Registrar, not forgetting you as well, the SRC, your Student Representative Council, together with, of course, the esteemed guest, which is the first years of 2025. Please put your hands together for yourselves. Thank you. So it is with great pleasure to be standing here this morning as your president to come and welcome you. But before also starting with my speech, let me say congratulations to our first students for making it this far. You guys have went through the stress of examinations in matric, but you've managed. You can just tap yourself in the shoulder to say, you know what, I've made it up until this far. Yes. This is not just the beginning of your academic career. It is the start of a transformational experience that will shape you into future leaders, critical thinkers, and active citizens of our society. The Vice-Chancellor did mention that it is very important that you think of where you're coming from. So while you are here, because we are living on a borrowed time, we only have 3 years or 4 years to get out of this institution. Make sure that you use it to a point whereby when you get back to your communities, your different communities, we can contribute positively into. So at Plaatje, we are more than just a learning institution. We are a community built on principles of unity, Ubuntu, respect, and of course, tolerance for diversity. I'm sure you guys have heard the Dean mentioning diversity as she's been presenting. As the Vice-Chancellor also had said, we are from different provinces in this university. We have your Limpopos, we've got your Eastern Capes, your KZN. So it is very important that we found common ground and we understand the diverse backgrounds that we come from. So in the principle of unity, we are one student body, one family united in our pursuit of knowledge and success. Your background, the language you speak, or where you come from should not divide us, but rather enrich our collective experience. As first years, you may feel overwhelmed. I understand some of you might be homesick now, but know that you are not alone. There's us to support, There's your house committees to support, wellness warriors, as the dean have said, your first year experience ambassadors. If you do feel overwhelmed, there is support provided. Do reach out. So the SRC and your fellow students, like I said, they are here to support you and help you navigate through your first year. It's easy for you to derail when it's the first time you get an opportunity to be on your own, to make your own decision. Now you have to think of what you are eating at night, at breakfast, because now you have to cook for yourselves. We again go to the spirit of Ubuntu. Ubuntu, I believe that I am because you are. It's an African philosophy that teaches us that one success in interconnectedness, when we support each other, uplift one another, and extend a helping hand, we all move forward together. So I'm saying to you, as the academic year begins, make sure that you find a group of friends that will not just be your social friends, but they will also be your academic friends, because it's important to have academic friends. When you forget to do a quiz, they are there to say, hey, remember, we've got schoolwork to submit. Have you guys heard of the 2359 deadline? First, yes. Do you know 2359? You are about to experience it. So I am saying that let us embody Ubuntu by embracing kindness, sharing knowledge, and ensuring that no student feels left behind. Respect is also a very important principle in this university, because we believe that it is the cornerstone of thriving academic environment. Respect for your lecturers, for your peers, and for the university's rules, and most importantly, for yourself. It is crucial. You are living in an environment that is governed by rules. We have your DC, Mr. Brett. He is the investigation officer. If you do something wrong, you will surely receive his email. So make sure that in whatever that you do, you adhere to the rules, because it's not nice to be on the other side. And I'm saying that because I've represented quite a number of students in the disciplinary hearing. And you find that most of them are not aware of the rules, or rather the conduct that's expected from them by the university. So familiarize yourself with the rules of the environment that you are living in, and I'm telling you, you will finish your third year, fourth year without having any trouble with the law. So engaging in meaningful discussions, being open to different opinions, and treating each other with dignity. In respecting others, we create a campus culture of peace, growth, and mutual understanding. So it is very important, just simply because maybe when you are from Northern Cape, you must not think that you are probably above than the others. No, that would be a wrong aesthetic to serve. Respect one another. And I'm saying this because now we are living in the fourth industrial technology, where minority groups are also coming out and taking charge in terms of leadership roles. As I'm standing here before you, I'm a core president. Firstly, probably in the history of South Africa, to be one. So I'm telling you, whether are you disabled, differently abled, whether are you from a minority group, reveal yourself to the society. There's a reason why you are here. Reveal yourself and take up stance and take charge of whatever it is that you believe in. I'm telling you, SPU has everything to support you. We have our gender safety and disability from the SRC, Ms. Harry Magagula. She deals with people, that probably feels disadvantaged or rather from small minority groups. Ms. Gender, just wave your hand so that they see you. Thank you. And lastly, I spoke of tolerance for diversity. We normally speak of diversity. The question comes, are we practicing diversity? Are we inclusive enough? Are we tolerant enough to it? Or is it something that just exists in the papers or in theory? Plaatje University is a melting pot of cultures, different types of cultures, beliefs, and perspectives. Diversity is our strength as a university, and it should be celebrated. Engage with those that are different from you. Just not because I'm Tswana, my friend should only be Tswana. No, you'll be limiting yourself of being, or rather experiencing, different kinds of cultures. You learn from them and appreciate the richness that diversity brings to you. In a world that often seeks to divide, let us be the students who embrace differences and foster inclusivity. As you begin, first years, your exciting journey, I urge you to be curious, to be bold, and to take full advantage of the opportunities that comes your way. We are one university that I can tell that there's so many opportunities given here. We are still a small university as we classified, but the pie is big enough for everyone to eat. So just find yourself in your first year, make sure that you are aware of what you represent, what you stand for, and take your stance. The SRC is here to serve and represent you. Our doors are always open, and we encourage you to reach out whenever you need guidance and support, or simply a listening ear. Together, I believe that we will build a strong, more vibrant student community. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Plaatje Universities. May this be a start of an incredible chapter in your life. Let us stand united, practice Ubuntu, show respect, and embrace diversity. I thank you. Wish you all with your academics. But before going to sit down, the SRC and myself as their president, we then thought that it would be important after being, after going through such an orientation, we create a day and an event whereby you guys can just come chill, and you are served with good music. Hence, we have the SRC picnic today at 2 o'clock after the Vice-Chancellor's welcome. I'm sure they are busy preparing on your side there, so please do join us as we socialize and meet each other on a more relaxed and social space. Thank you.
Thank you, President. I'm sure we're all looking forward to that picnic. I, for one, will be at the picnic. But I won't stay long. I'm not going to cramp your style, promise. Ladies and gentlemen, this year we introduce the Light of Africa for Humanity. If you have not had an opportunity to really look at the logo of the university, I urge you at midnight, maybe not tonight after the picnic, maybe not a good night, but maybe Monday night, or next week Friday, when you're alone, I'd like you to just interrogate our emblem. I'd like you to go onto the website, read more about it. I'd like you to, when you receive your student handbook, which is very soon, there's a dedicated page that breaks it down for you. Now, I know you haven't had a chance to look at it, and that's why we need to introduce it to you. But really, when you interrogate it, you will see the symbolic transfer of knowledge, responsibility, ethical leadership, and care. This morning, we will pass the flame over to you, the class of 2025. This represents the continuity of learning, guidance, and a shared wisdom within the Symbolic University community. The Light of Africa for Humanity embodies the ideals of hope, leadership, and the transformative power of knowledge, ethics, and community service. It represents Africa as a beacon of enlightenment, progress, and unity, playing a vital role in the advancement of humanity. This phrase underscores a dedication to promoting education, inclusivity, and positive change, illuminating pathways for individuals and communities alike. At the heart of the university's mission is the kind of graduate we aim to produce, and the Vice-Chancellor has spoken to that already. This is also embodied in goal number 3 of the university's 2025-2029 strategic plan. Now allow me to introduce Mr. Shane Wolf, who is a recipient of the Vice-Chancellor's Student Leader of the Year Award 2023-2024. As he comes up to the lectern, he will deliver a short speech, but what he's actually doing is articulating the light that he's passing on as a student who has completed 2024 successfully over to the class of 2025, which is you. And then I will call upon the 2025 leader, your representative that we identified over the past 2 weeks, who will take on that light as a symbol on behalf of all of you, and we trust that you will carry the light with honor and dignity. Mr. Wolf.
Sometimes alone in the evening, I look outside my window.
Right, good morning. And in observing, thank you. In observing protocol and recognizing our distinguished guests who are on the stage, please kindly allow me to acknowledge the Vice-Chancellor and Principal of Symbolic University, Professor Andrew Crouch, members of the senior management team, members of the academic community, the Student Representative Council, members of media, online viewers who are viewing, and to you, our special guests today, the first years and your parents or guardians who are here with us today. If I did miss anyone, please, I apologize. Let me just say, all protocol observed. My name is Shane Wolf. I am a postgraduate student who's doing Bachelor of Education and Honors, specializing in curriculum studies. It is an absolute honor to stand before you today, not just as a student of Symbolic University, but as someone whose journey has been shaped and empowered by this institution. Just a few years ago, 4 years ago, I was in your position. I was excited, I was nervous, but I was filled with a lot of questions about what lay ahead, what should I expect from the institution. And as a 2-time recipient of the Vice-Chancellor Student Leader of the Year in the year 2023 and the year 2024, I can confidently say that Symbolic University does not just educate students, but it elevates and builds leaders. Symbolic University has been more than just a university to me, and I want you also to experience that. It has been a home that nurtured my growth. It has been a home that nurtured my leadership and my purpose in life of what exactly do I want to achieve. And through the unwavering support that we receive from this institution, it has given me tools to reach the heights I've never imagined that I could reach. Last year in 2023, I served as the SRC Residence Officer, leading and led beyond the spaces of this institution. And one of those to see, one of the quiet testament moments to show that Symbolic University empowers and invests in its students. It's when we participated in the Trans-Harib Leadership Program that brought together students from University of Cape Town, University of Stellenbosch, and Plaatje University. And this program challenged me to think beyond my immediate surroundings and equipped me with the skills that we later served the students with in my term. Additionally, SPU also supported my involvement in the Kopano ya Dinaledi inaugural leadership training, of which I wish that majority of you as first years will be part of, that will be continuing this year, where I participated as a speaker, sharing the insights on leadership and youth empowerment. And through this, I witnessed at first hand that SPU truly invests in its students' leaders, not just academically, but holistically, ensuring that we leave this institution as well-rounded individuals who are ready to shape the world and a society that we come from. Beyond these experiences, I have dedicated my journey to youth empowerment, founding a nonprofit organization, Agents of Youth, in 2021 within the very same institution that went and empowered young people throughout the communities that come from disadvantaged villages. And to you, all of you first years here today, you're about to embark on an extraordinary journey. And at SPU, you will not just learn, but you will be transformed. And I want you to tap into that. And you will find mentors who believe in you. You will find opportunities that will push you beyond your limits. And you'll find a community that shall stand beside you in every way. And I want to challenge you with this candle lighting, that from the 2025 cohort, as you take on the journey in Plaatje University, we must have a Vice-Chancellor Student Leader of the Year from your cohort. I want to challenge you that as a first-year student, you must finish your qualification on record time and come and embody and enrich the knowledge in academia. And I would like to call on Nkosinati Kangale, who is a first-year Bachelor of Science, Data Science, specializing in data science student, as I pass on, as he represents every one of you as a first year.
Greetings to everyone. Thank you, Mr. Shane, for sharing us with your journey at SPU and the milestones you've achieved. Truly, we as first years have to look up to you and many others who have and continue to carry the SPU flag high. My name is Gosnati Kangale. I am honored to stand before you today as a first-year data science student at one of the most dynamic and forward-thinking universities in South Africa. I would like to extend my warmest greetings to the Vice-Chancellor and Principal, Professor Andrew Crouch, the Deputy Vice-Chancellors, the University Registrar, the Dean of Student Affairs, the esteemed faculty deans, our dedicated support staff, our valued parents, and most importantly, my fellow students. Today marks the beginning of a journey, one filled with opportunity, growth, and transformation. I was born and raised in Lenasia, Johannesburg, and today I stand here as having achieved something extraordinary, being part of SPU's 2025 cohort. Plaatje University is an institution where excellence is not only the goal, but is a way of life. It is a place where academic rigor meets innovation, and where students are shown the platform to reveal their full potential. As SPU flourishes and expands, its most cherished assets, it is its vibrant community of students and staff. The university is unwavering in its commitment to fostering an institutional culture that enables and also empowers each and every individual. The culture prioritizes students' well-being, holistical personnel, and academic development, and a profound sense of belonging. Such an approach is deeply rooted in SPU's vision, which seeks to advance democratic values and promote social justice, ensuring that each and every student's journey is characterized by diversity and equity. At the heart of our academic journey lies discipline, dedication, and commitment. Professor Paul Green, our Deputy Vice-Chancellor of Teaching and Learning, has had impactful roles within the academic space. His passion and excellence is the reason why we are all here today. We are here to learn, to grow, and to shape our future. For us to achieve great things at SPU, we need and to embrace the effort and commitment it will require. Success will not come without discipline. Attending classes regularly, engaging in assignments and tests, and seeking assistance in the student resources faculty will ensure that each and every one of us will excel in our academics. Let us make use of opportunities that are available, such as bursaries and scholarships, which are within the reach for those that strive for academic excellence. SPU has come a long way in just over a decade. From an initial enrollment of 124 students in 2014, the university is proudly hosting over 7,000 students in different academic disciplines. But SPU is not just about academics. It is a place where unity, teamwork, and discipline and leadership thrives. Recently, our SPU rugby team earned its place in the Varsity Shield Cup and played their first match yesterday, a milestone that speaks to the dedication, leadership, and resilience that defines the SPU spirit. But SPU is beyond sports. SPU champions social justice, diversity, and equity, striving to remove barriers based on race, gender, and socio-economic status. As students, we are not here just to study. We are here to be part of a movement that creates citizens capable of achieving the hopes and dreams of communities. May I please ask all students to rise. Fellow students, today we celebrate a new beginning, but let us remember, power comes with responsibility. The choices we make now will determine our future at SPU. Please repeat after me. As a future leader, I commit to attending all classes, and engaging fully in academic activities. Respecting my peers and staff, regardless of age, race, and background. Embracing teamwork, unity, both inside and outside the classroom. Upholding the values of Plaatje University, which are excellence, integrity, and inclusivity. Give your round yourselves a round of applause. Almost. Once again, congratulations, class of 2025. This is not the end of the road, but just the beginning. SPU has given the platform. It is up to us to utilize the opportunities that lie ahead. Let us embark on this journey with curiosity, courage, and commitment. Let us be the generation that shapes the future, upholds the values of Plaatje University, and becomes the beacons of hope and transformation in our communities. Welcome to Plaatje University, the place where you belong, where you will grow, and where will you shine through the light of Africa. Thank you.
Nkosi Nathi, I have to attest, you exceeded my wildest expectation. They did say that you're going to do a pledge and you're going to represent students. I did not imagine that you would go into such research and detail. At least I know the website is up to date and working. You spoke from a position of knowledge, which is good. I think you can go apply for a part-time job. You do your research. Kudos to you. So another round of applause for your 2025 rep. Mr. Wolf, it's always an honor. Thank you, sir. Now, in closing, allow me to call upon the University Registrar, Dr. Jody Cedrus.
Tumela. Molo. Goeiemorgen. I know that you want to get to that picnic, and it's getting quite hot, so I'm not going to make any speeches. Mr. Nkosi already did that for us. Well done. Good morning, everyone. Let me extend my sincere thanks to each one of you for making it to today's VC's Welcome Day, a very memorable occasion for 2025. A special word of gratitude goes to our Vice-Chancellor and Principal, Professor Andrew Crouch. Prof, thank you for your inspiring, motivational speech this morning. Thank you for the advice that you have given our first years. I hope that many of them, if you have not taken note, there is a YouTube video available. Go watch that speech again. Thank you, Prof. Also, thank you to our SRC President, MX Nonofo Olifant, for your encouraging message, for reminding us that we are because you are. Ubuntu, Uhuru, a continental philosophy for Africa. Take note of what he has said. We are a community. We watch out for one another. We do things together. Thank you for your message, Nonofo. To our Dean of Students, I know it's been very challenging as program director, but thank you for keeping us to the schedule today and for the amazing job that you are doing. Thank you for that. Thank you, DVCs and faculty deans, for showing up as the leaders of the academic project of this university. Thank you for being here. Also, thank you to the entire planning committee for organizing this meaningful event. To everyone who has been involved, starting from our institutional advancement department, the Department or Division of Student Affairs, our security detail, cleaning staff, everyone who has been involved in this event. Thank you for making it possible for our first year students. Thank you also to our academic and support staff, our professional staff, who continue to work tirelessly to ensure that you, our first year students, will feel at home here at Plaatje University. We also thank our distinguished guests and everyone present here in person or watching online who has played a significant part in today's proceedings. Your contributions and encouragement set the tone for a bright and successful academic year ahead. And lastly, to you, our first year students 2025, you have made the right choice. Do not doubt that. We are honored to have you join the SPU family. Your presence here marks the beginning of a transformative journey. We look forward to supporting you every step of the way. Baie dankie, kia leboga, enkosi, thank you.
And a big thank you to you, Reg. Another round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings the official Vice-Chancellor's welcome ceremony to a close. I heard that, thank you. As you begin this new chapter at SPU, remember that education is not just about acquiring knowledge, it's about transforming lives. I urge you to step forward with curiosity, courage, and commitment, and let the values that Nkosi Nathi so well articulated to his fellow peers guide your journey. The future is yours to shape. Welcome to a place where you belong, where you will grow, and where you will shine. You will be the light. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you all to please rise as the procession leaves. Ladies and gentlemen, the program has not been concluded. Please take your seats. Thank you. We just have one short performance from the Marimba band. Please, can you take your seats? We will inform you when you need to leave. Thank you.
Sister Bettina, all right. In the meantime, oh, yeah. It's happening tonight. In the place to be.
Give it up